Making friends with aliens can be often difficult, and sometimes you can get off on the wrong foot if they have feet. But in the end, you just simply have to hug it out. If you're lucky enough and your friend happens to be made of rock or is rock, it can be pretty awesome. And you can get a pal that totally rocks, literally. And this is the situation that Ryan Gosling encounters in his new movie, Project Hail Mary. And we're going to talk about it today on this edition of Pete's Art Talk Movie Talk. So come on, let's get into it. All right, guys. Hi. How are you doing today? Just came out of the theater. I saw Project Hail Mary. I gotta say, there's a reason why everybody is talking about this movie. Hands down, this movie is off the chain. And I'm gonna level with you. This is the first sci-fi film that I've seen in a long time that gave me those same vibes as when I saw E.T. or when I watched the 80s classic Cocoon. This movie brought the vibes, it brought the feels. This movie is just pure straight up fire. I don't want to give too much of the story away, but you already know the main thing in the story. We always, in different science fiction movies, always have different ideas of how first contact would be when we meet being from another world, so to speak. But this one, to me, coins exactly how it would probably be. Neither one of us would meet on our home planets. We would meet somewhere in space. In some type of way, we would cross paths with each other. And this movie has just an excellent range of actors. It has just an awesome cast altogether. The movie has heart and it has soul. This movie coins not only the true definition of friendship, but also, too, it just goes to show, no matter how rough shit get, never give up. Peter Taggart said on the movie Galaxy Quest, never give up, never surrender. That's what applies to this movie here, Project Hail Mary. Because let's be honest, anytime the government calls something Project Hail Mary, that can't be good. Because in football, a Hail Mary is something you just throw. You just throw the ball as far as hard as you can. Basically, they get it away from you before you tackle. And so with that name, Project Hail Mary, it kind of encapsulates, look, we have no other options, no other choices. This is what we have to do, and let's cross our fingers, pray, and hope that this thing works. This is a movie that hits all points. All right, guys, now I gotta tell you, in this movie, Ryan Gosling, to me, deserves an Oscar for this movie. And for years, this guy has been king of the rom-com. This man has truly, over the years, defined himself as an actor. But this movie that he just made, Project Hail Mary, this is the cherry on top of the sun. I feel it deserves that title, and rightfully so. This is a movie that hits all marks. This is a movie that you can just vibe and check out by yourself. It's something that you can take your family or kids to. It's something that you can take a date to, or it could be a movie that you can just go watch and hang out with a few friends and just have an awesome kick-ass time. It's been a long time since I've seen a sci-fi that actually made me hit every emotional point. It just gives you just a roller coaster of emotions. So with that being said, if you can get a chance to carve out some time, go see this movie, Project Hail Mary. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. Yeah, it's definitely worth the watch. Paying your money and going to see it in your local Regal Theater. Well, that's it. I'm going to wrap it up for this episode of Create with Pete. All right, hold up in front of the theater, Pete. You did a great job, but it's not over yet. All right, guys. Ryan Gosling is the heart of this movie, but his partner, which is very essential to the whole storyline, which actually, if he didn't have this particular character, he would be toast. He really would be hands up, toast with gravy. That particular being is called Rocky. Well, his name is Rocky in the movie. Even though he's rock-based type alien, we've seen this in other science fiction movies. This type of being, what I really like about Project Hail Mary is they actually put a lot of science and thought of how this being really would exist. For example, in this movie, they explain how he sees things where it's totally different than people. And then also too, the way this character thinks, he thinks in more of like dimensions instead of just regular thinking as we think. And all in all, it's just an awesome character. What I love about this, it actually opened up my mind on how life in space could actually work. Just personified how we think of life in general. We think life can't exist in space. We always think of alien life coming from another planet. And this movie just made me focus on, okay, what if there's just life, beings or creatures or whatever that actually live in space itself, out of our known solar system in general? We always want to rule that concept out. Well, there's no air in space. There's no oxygen in space. It's cold. Nothing can live there. Well, here's the deal. Never underestimate the power of God. If God wants something to live somewhere, he will make it able to live in that place no matter what. We may not see a way, but he will find a way for it to exist. For example, Arctic areas where waters are sub-zero, something that will kill within 10 seconds landing in the water. Life is thriving down there. For example, the Alaskan king crab. A long time ago, it would be impossible for life to live in the Arctic Ocean. Come to find out that life is teeming there. It's thriving. Then, not only that, let's take the desert. You're going to find some type of insect, reptile, or whatever, or sometime even rodent-like creature that could live in a desert region. Somehow it does. So never underestimate the power of life and how life can flourish. There's always a possibility. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. But before I wrap this up, I want to send you home. I got to send you home with my little goodie bag of other movies that I feel has the same impact as Project Hail Mary. Science fiction movies that are awesome, and these are not only first contact movies, but I made a list of movies that actually encapsulate what the movie Project Hail Mary is about, and that's the collaboration of an alien species and a human working together on a single goal to get something accomplished. It could be something that's pretty much minor, or it could be something world-saving, and playing off each other's energy. But anyway, the first movie that comes to mind, and this is one of my favorites in the 80s, and all Gen Xers can relate to this movie, and it's called Enemy Mines, and it features Dennis Quaid and Lou Gossett Jr. as the reptilian alien, and they're both crash landed on this desolate planet on the far reaches of space, where their interstellar war isn't going on, and they are forced to actually have to coexist, deal with each other in order to survive, and not only climate, but just the harsh conditions of this planet in general. It's just a highly provocative movie. It's just an awesome kick-ass movie. And then the next movie, of course, is a treat and well known, again, to all Gen Xers. I'm sure as a teenager, you watched this movie all the time on HBO, Showtime, on weekends, whenever it came on. And I owned this movie for years on VHS and DVD. But now I own this movie on Blu-ray, and this movie is Last Starfighter. It's the best fish out of water story that you ever want to see done on a sci-fi level, where this teenager named Alex is recruited into the Star League after passing tests from this character called Zantari. This movie is off the chain. It's just a fun ride, and it also has a lot of fun 80s nostalgia that you will definitely enjoy. And what I've always wanted to get from this movie was standalone movie with the character Zantari, because this was one of my favorite characters in the movie Last Starfighter, because Zantari gave me those like Doctor Who vibes, Buckaroo Banzai type of vibes and everything. And Zantari, altogether, he was just an off-the-chain cool character. So when you get a chance, check out Last Starfighter. And then another movie that resonates with me, and I feel it definitely goes in the territory of Project Hail Mary, and that's Adam Sandler's movie that's featured on Netflix called Spaceman. And this movie, I love this movie because it starts out with this haunting eeriness and creepiness when he first meets the spider-like alien.
I'm losing my mind. And to frighten you, skinny human.
really don't know if this is a figment of his imagination. Is he having a fever dream? Whatever the scenario is, you don't know what the case is with him. But come to find out, and not give any spoilers, you've already seen the trailer and everything. The creature does exist, and they interact, but in a way that you will never see coming. And the ending is really good, and it's just all in all, just kick-ass story. You will definitely enjoy it, and it's Spaceman with Adam Sandler. So check that one out. It's on Netflix, so stream it now or whenever you get the leisure. Another one really good. This one came out early parts of the 2000s, and that was District 9 on aliens who have drifted into the regions of South Africa. In the past has already had heavy tension. Now, since that's over, now they have to deal with a whole new form of tension, but it's human on alien tension. This movie pretty much focuses on how the aliens and the people navigate their daily lives among each other. The storyline is really good. It has, I don't want to give too much of it away, but the plot definitely doesn't go in the direction that you think that it's going to go. It's totally unpredictable from start to finish, but it's definitely an off-the-chain fun ride. And that one's worth checking out, and it's District 9. You can probably find it on YouTube, or if you happen to stumble on it at your local retail store, definitely buy it. I guarantee it'll be money well spent. So check out District 9. Another one that kind of goes on that same scenario, so to speak, and that's this movie. I really loved this movie in the 80s. It was one of my favorites, still is one of my favorite science fiction movies, and that's called Alien Nation. And this movie is off the chain. It is good. Now, the actor who is in Misery, James Caan, he plays detective, an Earth cop who is teamed up with one of the descendants of the crash landed aliens. And what I like about Alien Nation is it touches on things that we will have to be forced to deal with if alien civilization or alien species just starts interacting with us. It will definitely change our way of how we look at politics, turn our whole way of thinking inside out, and just make us focus on things that we used to turn our heads away from. Now we have to look at it head on and deal with it. There's another thing thrown into the mix where the aliens are hooked on this drug that makes them get super strong and strong enough to lift up a car and flip it over, and which makes them 50 times dangerous to your average human and everything. But yeah, this one's definitely a banger. It's worth checking out. And I think actually in the 80s, not too long after the movie, they came out with a television show called Alien Nation, and that show was really good. I don't think it lasts very long, but for the episodes that I did see on the show, I think it came on Friday nights, if I'm not mistaken. Episodes that I saw at this show, it was really good. It was almost as good as the movie. So both of them are really good. If you can find the TV series on Blu-ray or DVD, definitely buy it. Well worth your money. It's one of the movies that started Jeff Bridges' career. Actually, I think this movie predates Tron, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, it's called Starman. It focused on the concept of when we sent probe into space, star map and star chart to how to get to Earth. An alien being responds to that message, so he goes to visit Earth. Jeff Bridges plays the alien in this movie, and it shows the things that he has to navigate through in this particular movie. And I fell in love actually with the female co-star in this movie, and her and Jeff Bridges, I love their chemistry in this movie, and it's definitely a fun watch. And it's Starman at your leisure, and when you get a chance, definitely check that one out, Starman. And last but not least, which is, I think, my seventh one, and this one is a banger. I gotta say this, and I stand by this movie 100%. This is my most favorite science fiction movie ever. Hands down, period, end of discussion. Anyone growing up in the 80s, Gen X or whatnot, has watched this movie so many times you can't count. And this movie is called The Hidden. The Hidden is off the chain from start to finish. This movie is hands down, balls to the wall, just straight up action-packed. And then also, too, it has Kyle MacLachlan, who is a star of Twin Peaks, and he plays the alien cop and everything, who's teamed up with a human cop, and they actually have to track down the space criminal. But what makes this even more intriguing is this alien has the ability to go from body to body, so it can be a different person, and it goes on this big, just crime spree rant through Los Angeles, and it's just leaving a path of death and mayhem in its way. And this movie, again, I can't emphasize this, it's really off the chain. And when you see the alien come out of the body, yeah, it's just like that. Basically, bottom line, the movie is called The Hidden. When the alien finally reveals himself, you're going to wish, damn, I wish he would have stayed hidden. But anyway, that's my little gift bag to you of hidden gems and off-the-chain movies that will get you on the same track as Hail Mary. And when you get a chance, go see Project Hail Mary. It's a banger. It's an off-the-chain movie. And again, I can't reiterate enough of just how cool and awesome this movie is. Now, pretty much, basically, bottom line, I'm going to wrap it up. Now I will leave you my little spill. And if it ain't good, don't do it. If it's bad, don't say it. Take care, stay blessed, stay awesome. And thank you for joining me for this edition of Pete's Art Talk, Movie Talk on my YouTube channel, Create with Pete. But anyway, guys, take care, stay awesome. God bless. All right, we have an awful turn of public events, and we have a big social disturbance. There are aliens walking among us, and even worse, they're hot. Yeah, so be careful out there, watch yourself in those streets, but most important, never ever, under any circumstance, trust a big butt-ass smile. What the fuck That's is how that? They get you. And watch out for all booby traps. No, that's actually a booty trap, but you know what? Watch out for those too. And most of all, be careful.
Yeah, boy.
They're hot, they're out to get you, and they're gonna snatch you up.
It's a trap!
But the biggest tool that these aliens use before they snatch you up is a big butt-ass smile. So be careful out there. Tell them 90s hip-hop band Belle Biv DeVoe. There you go. Now you know. Never trust a big butt-ass smile.
What the fuck is that?
It's what's inside that counts.
What the fuck is that?